Holon with a victory over NSA as well. So what that does is it leaves the standings, as we've seen so often in this second season of the Basketball Champions League, very evenly poised indeed. Here's the standings then. As you see, Karsiyaka in fourth spot, Murcia in fifth. Monaco, though, still the unbeaten team in Group A. 4 out of 4 so far for them. NSA and Oldenburg just above these two teams as well. So much to play for and much to enjoy for both sets of fans, not just those who've made the trip to Spain from Turkey, such as these KSK fans. Trust me, they're excited. And let's take a look at this lineup. Look out for the Americans, Wood, DJ Kennedy and Jones. They're grouped together, so too number 11, Dominic Waters. They'll have a crucial part to play in tonight. And there is Kennedy and also Jones. But there's an awful lot of young talent to come in as well. Of course, KSK very much with a reputation for bringing young talent too. So too the Universitarios of Murcia. Again, plenty of American experience in this lineup. Look too for the Great Britain international Ovi Soko as well. Murcia going okay in the Endenza at the moment. Finished 9th last season. They're currently in 11th spot. And they'll look for big performances throughout this lineup in front of what is admittedly not the greatest crowd in the world, but when it lacks for numbers, it will make an atmosphere, as you'd expect from an ACB side. So both teams getting ready to be introduced to the crowd. I mentioned Murcia's record in the Endenza so far. Karsiyaka, well, of course, Turkish Super League winners not all that long ago. 2 or 3 years back in 2014, 2015. Only the second title in their history. And now look for key players like that man. Scott Wood, 27 years of age now. And there's the coach, Alexander Trifinovic. So much experience. League and Cup winner with Žalgiris in Lithuania. He knows what it takes. There's Ovasoko. Always cool and calm on the court. And good applause for him and the rest of the Spanish outfits players. That's their first season in the Basketball Champions League. Favorani, very handy centre indeed. 29 years of age these days. Just shows the strength in depth in the Spanish league. The side as powerful as Murcia, who've done relatively well since they got back into the top flight back in 2011. They're very much mid-table, although having said that, good win for them at FC Barcelona. Vito Benite with 19 points off the bench for them. Can he have a similar impact in this particular contest? Just give you the other results as we've seen them come through tonight. latest scores in fact, some terrific games earlier. Banvit losing by just a point in Poland to Radom. And Juventus winning in overtime over Sassari. Again there in this Group A. 90 points to 85 in favour of the home team. So much to enjoy. Plenty of games, as you saw, still to be played. Monaco, the Group A leaders, up against Oldenburg. I can tell you that Monaco, after the first quarter, have an 11-point lead over their German opposition. But one of these two teams let's give you the starting lineups, though, shall we? First, and look at the American talent there. Wood in the back end, and Jones trying to give presence in the forward and centre positions. Look, two for centre, and Guven. And there is the coach, the Serb, Jefinovic. All calm and collected at this stage, as you'd expect. And they come up against Murcia. We will hope for vociferous home support tonight. There is Benite in the shooting guard position. Soko getting the start once again. Tumba, Hanna and Roas making the rest of the five. And there Ibon Navarro in his first season as Murcia coach. Looking to make an impression and looking to get his team to improve on their 2-2 record. They've lost the last two in the Basketball Champions League. Started off well enough against Holon and Ensei, but defeats to Sassari and Oldenburg haven't helped their cause. Really looking to pick things up now, as we should bear in mind, of course, this is the match day 5, and one more of these match days before we pause for the international break. So a lot of focus, you would think, from many of the Basketball Champions League teams in particular over the next couple of midweek games. There is Scott Wood, bound to make an impression. Not surprisingly, the hosts just wanting to make their opposition wait just that little bit longer. But they're called to the court and will be underway in a matter of seconds. Benite then, terrific in that win over Barcelona. Got some backup at 2 in that game, wasn't all him. Nurtison, and we are underway then. And it's the Turks with the opening possession. Jones gets the screen out to Wood, who drains it. Exactly the sort of efficiency that coach Jefinovic is going to be looking for. Hannah eventually getting the ball out to Benite. Not a massive amount of movement. There's a decent screen from Tumba, all the way out to Soko. But under pressure, the shot clock couldn't quite light it up there. Jones for KSK. Back to him. Rather wasteful from outside the arc. Nice movement, Rojas, Soko. With Hannah. Surely a foul, and yes it was. Guven the chop. Opening foul of the contest. Yeah. Benite. Down the corner. Despite the slip, Rojas drives to the basket. Good defense. And they still keep them out to KSK. Soko has another go. And there's a foul called. All incredibly frustrating for Tumba, amongst others. Can't quite believe they haven't dropped it home there. Here's the initial drive from Rojas. And we'll come back to the live action. 13 seconds on the shot clock, so plenty of time as the officials consult. All sorts of language barriers on occasions like this. Our officials tonight, incidentally, from Italy, Poland and Serbia. Back underway with a couple of seconds taken off the shot clock. Here is Benite. Good switch. But won't drop. It will for Tumba, though. Doesn't just drop, it's drilled into the basket. Murcia on the ball. Gellu. Nice movement, finds Jones. All on his own, so too Guven. And he'll make it count in the end. Surely a foul off the ball there. Yeah, Rojas taken down by Jones. A little unnecessary. First foul for him, as you can see. Crowd starting to make a bit of noise. Tumba, Benite has Rojas all on his own. So too Soko. Here is Rojas. Off the rim. And here come KSK. Nice from Ward. Well, it looked good, but it didn't drop. KSK will break. Soko, nice pass, but Benite can't take it. Rojas, Tumba. Here's Hannah. Loses it, but gets away with it. Benite can't make the ball drop. And it's not exactly the best executed opening few minutes in this game. KSK 100% inside the arc, though. Haven't landed outside it, though. I'll have another go. Gellu. Jones off the rim once again, and that's good recovery work, wasn't it, from Benite. Hannah then on point. Soko and Rojas swapping corners for a moment or two. Here's Tumba looking to drive, spins, but gets the foul, despite the frustration of his opposite number. Old-fashioned shoulder charge in my book. And the first change. Moving with two early fouls, and you can see the frustration. On comes Dogan. Hannah though for Murcia. Rojas in the low post. Hook shot doesn't work. Good rebound from Soko. Good finish too. Very much under the eye of the Great Britain coach Tony Garbalotto. That's a comfortable drive from Hannah and poor finish from Dohan, but he was fouled. And in the end, it was a pretty solid shove in the back from Soko. On comes Kloof though for Murcia. Looks like there's been a double change too, as we see Dohan go to the basket. KFK with the better efficiency so far, certainly inside the arc, but not from the free throw line. Two spurned there, and Soko with the rebound for Murcia. Rojas once more. Oh, great spin and turn, and that is simply divine. Kloof on the court, so too Favarani in for Tumba and for Hannah. But that's good hustle from Rojas, putting KSK under a bit of pressure in the backcourt. Gerlu can't finish. Good defense from Kloof. Rojas, not a problem. Never looked like anything but three. And Murcia stretching an early lead out to 5. Wardall on his own, you don't want to do that. Back to Jones. Gerlu. Jones has plenty of coverage, but that's some finish. Off balance. My word, that's one to enjoy. Tight games already, and we've still only got 4:30 to play in the first. Rojas drives to the basket and gets the extra. Terrific stuff from Kloof. The foul, well, just a little nudge from Dohan. We've been beaten to it. Can't say that that foul was the brightest one to give, even though we're in the early stages. There's a helpful bounce off the rim, even if the extra point didn't count. Benite going to go around Dohan, but he won't do that, and there was not the greatest handling, and it's a turnover. 5-point game. French in the last 4 minutes of the opener. Dohan, Gerlu. Good finish, wasn't it? He's looked very bright so far. But that's pretty nifty. Soko doesn't land it. Seeing an awful lot of ball so far, the break here, Gerlu. All that to Jones. Jones, oh, great inside pass, but there's surely a foul there as well from Soko. That's his second. Let's watch it again. Good vision and a nudge from the hip. And Soko's pulled out of the game for now, at least. Lukovic will replace him. Dohan, though, he's missed 2 already. Safe and sound with the first. And back to form with both. 2-point game. Beg your pardon. 1-point game. Kloof looking for options ahead of him. Benite couldn't find the movement he was looking for. Here's Lukovic trying to find the motion to turn. Can't find the basket. Foul called as KSK look to get the pressure on, and the home fans don't like the call. Trifonic very vocal already. Kennedy, as you saw, called with the foul. Let's watch it again. Well, it was barely a touch. You'll have your own interpretation, I'm sure. KSK, as you see, with 5 fouls now. 5 team fouls called against them. Kloof looking to take advantage of the turnover. Benite drives, floats it up, but can't find the net. Nice drive. Dohan can't finish, though. What a waste in the end. There's Kloof once more. Plenty of rebounds and plenty of fouls already. There's might be Wood this time on Kloof. A lot of pace. Oh, that was Wood, of course, with the strip. Didn't quite work out. As we see another change for KSK. Turin, the captain, comes on. Kloof with 4 personal points. 13-10 the advantage. DJ Kennedy. Gerlu back to Kennedy. And Wood on his own for a moment. Gerlu once again. Jones just doesn't drop for him. And there might even have been a foul called there, but he's got away with some contacts. Benite all the way back to Kloof, and they'll set themselves once more, Murcia. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Lukovic gets himself free for a moment, but it's with Benite. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Kloof will have to do it all himself. Off the rim. And Gerlu with the fast break, but he loses it. Oh, nearly lost it to Lukovic there. But Turin will make sure of 2. And it seems to be the main route to points so far for KSK. 1 point in it inside the last 90 seconds of the first. Benite over the top, finds support from Favorani. But it's all a little scrappy. Plenty of time for this game to settle down, though. DJ Kennedy for 2. Nothing but net. KSK doing okay overall, but they haven't landed a single 3 so far. There's Lukovic. Kloof. Favorani for 2. Wonderful vision from the guard to find Favorani all on his own. His first points of the night, and maybe the move so far of the game. Jones, well, Kennedy held on to it under pressure, but he's fouled as he tries to drive for the basket. I think he's trying to claim he was somehow in the act of shooting, or was it unsportsmanlike? Who knows what he's trying to say, but Rojas is the man called. Last few seconds. Might still be an opportunity for Murcia to get some points, but it's all going to be down to Kennedy! Well, he's nailed that, and any frustration he had a moment or two have just disappeared. Cliff sets up Lukovic, and he can't finish it off before the buzzer. And KSK, for all their inability to land three-point plays, have the advantage. They missed three. To be fair, Murcia have only landed one from six. So you can't say it's been the greatest quality of the first quarter, but no question, between two teams who need to step things up in this Basketball Champions League, that they'll get their execution a little bit better over the next three quarters. There are your shooting stats. Just 1 out of 10 made by these two beyond the arc. On the other game taking place in Group A at the moment. Incidentally, Monaco, the leaders over Oldenburg, lead by 17 points, just approaching half-time, 40 points to 23. That is a handy scoreline for the French team, as we see some of the highlights at the Palacio. Hooven landing comfortably then. That was terrific energy and athleticism from Soko to beat off his opponent. Wonderful spin from Rojas. Well worth watching a second time, I'm sure you'd agree. And Jones with some play to land the two off balance. Look out for that man as well. Galu, 6'3", 21 years of age. Plenty of time for him left in this game. Karan into the game, as you saw, for KSK. Oh, and almost a miss. Well, not just almost a slip from Kennedy. It was in the end, and Murcia will look to exploit. Martin looking for options into the game for the first time. The spin, tries to float it up, but it's picked up by Kennedy, and he's fouled, much to the displeasure of the home crowd. And he'll go to the line. Oh, well, no, of course he won't, but all sorts of dispute about this particular call. Tumba, well, that's a pretty straightforward call, isn't it? And it is called unsportsmanlike. So it's 2 from 2. And possession going back to KSK in a moment. Kennedy lands the first. It's caused a certain amount of debate, the new interpretation of the unsportsmanlike, but that surely was an old-fashioned unsportsmanlike. 2 from 2 from Kennedy. 3-point game in favour of the Turkish outfit. And they'll look to extend that lead. Kennedy gets some backup from Karahan. Jones back with Kennedy. Been an important player so far. Jones, stripped of it. That was great work from Martin, but he got it back in the end, and fouled by Tumba. All sorts of frustrations, all sorts of expressions out in the stands. He's not happy, is he, Tumba? Not happy at one little bit, but Them's the calls. 4 quick free throws then for KSK at the start of this second quarter. 5-point game. Tumba now on 2 fouls. And here it is, the man in question. Oh, over the top of Martin, but Lukovic in a position to recover. Tassoon drives to the basket, but has plenty of Turin to cover. All the way out, so Wood off the rim. Tumba with the rebound, and as he lost it, he's surely out of bounds though. There's no calls going his way, but he's going to have to deal with it. It's pretty straightforward. It's not normally like that for a referee. Coach Navarro not enjoying life right now. Wood back to Jones for 3. Oh, superb. KSK extending the advantage and extending the frustration of the home fans. Wonderful finish. 8-point game. Timeout called with 8:30 left in the half. Wood out to Jones. Tumba perhaps still thinking about the turnover, giving him all sorts of space.
One pass, pick and roll. One pass, shoot. One pass, 20 dribblings and shoot. And we don't pass the ball. We don't move them. They don't want to play defense. And we're making it easy for them because we don't play on offense. We just play one pass, shoot. One play, one-on-one. There is no one-on-one, guys. We have to move them, force them to play defense. Alberto, recuperas un balón, has dado 20 botes, no has pasado el balón. Coño, vete arriba y manda algo. Esté tranquilos.
Fair to say Coach Navarro is not happy with that first period. Coach Jefinovic, as usual, his passionate self. Almost as passionate as Iban Navarro. Basically just demanding so much more in defense. Trying to get his team to defend as a team. Work then for both teams to do. As Martin comes away with that, and that's a pretty soft foul from Karahan. 19-year-old. That's just a little bit naive there. First team foul, though, on KSK. Tumba. Atasu. This with Rojas. Trying to wind up for the finish. Oh, superb. Just dropped it in. As comfortable as you like. Jones. Just looking for a screen there. A screen to give Wood, and eventually got it. Here's Kennedy. Oh, there's foul off the ball from Jones. Got in a right old tangle with Rojas, who, well, the visiting supporters, rather the visiting supporters will say that Murcia were looking for that. Tassoon finds Rojas, well, all too briefly, lost the ball and finished off on a fast break. Is it? Oh, right old clatter into the cameraman from Karahan. I wouldn't be surprised if he's hurt. It's a great pace and vision. Blocked in the end by Tumba, but it's more the landing from Karahan that caused the concern. Still 8 in it, though. He's able to continue, number 33 for KSK there. Right in the centre of your picture. Lukovic has the opportunity, takes it. That'll do Murcia's calls plenty of good. Lead cut back to 5. Turin. Karahan. And he'll try the response himself. Barely touches the rim. Ertuğrul has Martin for company in the backcourt. Still this rather scrappy encounter continues. Lukovic tried to drive, but wasn't going to get anywhere until he landed the most divine fadeaway shot. He's finding his range. Jones, Kennedy, looking to create the space for Jones to finish off the rim. And Ertuğrul will take the rebound. That's rather interesting from the guard. Finds Martin. Lukovic, no surprise they're going to give him the ball at the moment. Well, they set him up once more. He's got to move. He's always asking a lot of balance there. It's tight. It's just a little bit tense actually now as we approach midway in the second. Kennedy, well, never ever going to get that near the basket. It was practically horizontal when he took the shot, all the way out to Rojas. Won't drop. Karahan with the rebound. All ever so frantic. Murcia 22% from three-point range, 16 for KSK. Wood. All out to Jones, Karahan, quick movement, but fouled there is Kennedy. There's some pretty brutal tumbles being taken by these players on the wood. Every bit of sweat being expended as well. Oh, that was a nasty little trip as well. Benite called back in. Martin called with the foul, but it's Ertuğrul who makes way. Martin, Benite, Hanna, Tumba, Lukovic on court for Murcia. Gerlu, Turin, Kennedy, Jones and Karahan. Here's Kennedy, but again, trying to do it all himself. Rojas will watch as Murcia miss another three. Karahan. Here's Jones. And he finds the two with nonchalance, it would seem. Spin, then the reach, lands it and claims the foul. That's pretty special. Soko back in the game for Murcia as Tumba takes his third and already in foul trouble. Problems for Murcia at the moment, but that helps their cause as Soko gets the rebound. Still though, Spanish outfit 5 points down. Benite. Hanna to Lukovic. Benite sets things up once again. Soko waiting as Benite fires it in, but only off the rim. Kennedy for KSK. Goes all himself. Oh, that's superb. DJ Kennedy. Been frustrated in recent moments, not then. Soko gets the screen and the ball to Hanna. Got to try and do it himself, though, as the foul is called. We'll see who that's on. Gerlu, the focus of the director. Another hand in there. That'll get him the foul. Gerlu's first. Murcia still with work to do. Just 22 points so far in 16 minutes of basketball. Not good enough from them, but that's pretty nifty. Benite, well, he can do it all on his own, as he proved against Barcelona in the Endenza. Needs a little bit more from him to do their team. 5 points in it, 3:45 left in the half. Kennedy under pressure from Lukovic and Benite, and it's Lukovic who gets the foul. Just a little nudge on the hip, and that was all it took. Kennedy then up to the line. Pretty clear instructions from Jefinovic on the sideline. And Kennedy's 2 from 2. Back up to 7, the KSK lead. Free throws not exactly dynamic with those percentages. Here's Soko. Lukovic. Hannah back to claim it. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Benite with a very ambitious shot that was deflected. Oh, a pretty fierce foul coming in from Kennedy that I think might have hurt Martin. Might also have hurt Kennedy himself. Very physical game, this. Let's watch that again. Oh, goodness me, that was strong from Benite. Wouldn't be surprised if Kennedy's ribs took a bit of a jarring then. 5 team fouls, of course. And Kennedy straight to the line, as we see Guven come back into the game for KSK. Kennedy in double figures in point scoring now. He's up to 11. Could have been 12, of course. Soko with just a little nudge, and here comes the Brit driving to the lane. Oh, superb! Unlucky perhaps not to get the foul, but that's the athleticism that Ovi Soko can provide. Kennedy does it himself. Almost does it himself. All the way out to Benite for Murcia, though. Very much in this, but execution far from perfect from both teams here. Hannah for 3. Well, that's something special, isn't it? And at last, Murcia starting to get hot from 3-point range. They've had plenty of attempts, just 3 from 13 now. KSK yet to make a 3-point play in this second quarter. Let's hear what the coaches have to say. Here's Jefinovic.
Bonus and you're taking fouls. Keep doing those things. Keep doing those things. Listen, first offense, what we do is here. Shirt 5 here. Oh, yeah. Play back here. Pop out here. Pass here to Scott. Pass here to Betting. You are here. DJ, you are here. Yeah, after the screen, go there. And then we have here.
Next time we go 2 side. 2 side. Hey, 2 side. We set the screen. People, set the screen on Kennedy. Kennedy at the corner. Alberto at the 2. He tries to go here. This kick. He gets
KSK then in the ascendancy in this game, and they're the team that take the timeout. As we see Favorani coming back into the game, I believe, for Murcia. Full court press coming in from Murcia. But it's KSK, who of course are without Dominic Waters tonight, former University of Hawaii point guard. So much experience now in Europe. Here's Kennedy, who's been very much the main man so far for KSK, but doesn't drop for him this time. Might get a second go though. Guven under pressure from Martin. Will he go himself? Well, thinks about it. Back inside to him, and he'll finish off surely. Not under the greatest pressure there under the basket, and Coach Jefinovic is not especially happy with that particular call. To be fair, he's looked like he's had a headache an awful lot there on sportsmanlike court on KSK. Benite can't take advantage from the first. He is still animated, isn't he? Determined to have his say. A technical, in fact, called on him, I beg your pardon. It was something that he'd clearly said. And he's got plenty to say. 5 in it, we're inside the last 2 minutes. Here's Lukovic for 3, off the rim. Good rebound from Favorani, but Lukovic can't take the pass from Hanna. A lot of turnovers, as you can see from Murcia. 8-1. Wood finds Kennedy. He set up his teammate. Yes, he can. Guven getting into the game now. KSK posing Murcia all sorts of problems here. Murcia have just not raised themselves so far, but that's pretty useful to find Benite in the corner. What a finish! What a play! So much energy, so much desire from Murcia there. Can KSK respond? Oh, you bet they can. Miguelu gets the extra as well. He's shown real pace all night. And Murcia can hardly say that was a surprise. Second foul for Martin. That's almost like a tender uncle treating the misdeeds of his nephew there. He's not especially thrilled. All said quietly and calmly. Coach Martin not beg your pardon, Coach Navarro not happy, neither is Martin. And they won't be at this scoreline. 32-39 in KSK's favour inside the final minute of the half, and Lukovic is fouled. Foul call on the big centre. Turin this time, the skipper. Just enough, wasn't it, to cut the path of Lukovic, and a good foul to give as well, with Murcia still seeing KSK on 14 fouls. Very handy play from the Turks so far. Lukovic to Benite from distance. Nowhere near in the end, in truth. And away will come KSK. And if they're clever, as Agerlu is, they'll just wind down the clock with what, just maybe a second or two of differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Turin takes the responsibility himself, off the rim. Last chance, Benite. To Rojas from the corner. And as so many shots have proved so far, Murcia unable to land from around the arc. 32-39 at half-time. Coach Navarro with an awful lot of work to do in the locker room to get more from his players. Shooting just, well, 50% inside the arc. 25% from three-point land. 24% to be fair, there we go, 25% in fact. KSK not exactly brilliant beyond the arc themselves, but they've had the strength inside, even though Murcia with the advantage on the bounce. But that's what's killing Murcia right now, those turnovers. A couple of blocks back for KSK, but 8-1 difference in turnovers. Hardly a difference that Murcia can sustain, particularly with so few points scored in that first half. No one in double figures for Murcia. Rojas, Benite, Lukovic, top scorers. But Kennedy, 11 points to him for KSK, 6 rebounds as well. Let's give you some of the highlights then of the opening half. KSK have just been so much more efficient in that all-round game. Jones has been bright, 9 points to him, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Rojas has probably been the most creative of the Murcia players, perhaps. Lukovic came into the game in the second part of the half. Handy 3 points and then followed up with a terrific fadeaway. Really is a textbook demonstration. Probably Jones' best moment of the half there. Wonderful spin and power to get through. First at Benite. Floated up. Well worth watching again. Nothing Tumba can do, and remember, he's now on 3 fouls. Kennedy, though, has been the MVP so far of that first half for KSK. You would think Murcia are going to need more from Benite to be able to handle DJ Kennedy. This was nice from Soko. Hannah landing a rare 3 for Murcia. 4 from 17 from beyond the arc. Really marginally better than 1 from 7 for KSK. Wonderful from the corner from Benite. And Agalu, well, they've struggled to handle that pace, actually, most of the half. Now Murcia. Rojas, final play of the half. And there's work to do for the home team, no question about that. Jones. Visible in defence as well. It was a great block, wasn't it, from him? Tumba finishing off there for Murcia. So good to see from these teams. They're still going at it. Maybe not at their best tonight, particularly Murcia. But the determination and the athleticism is something any basketball fan can really enjoy. There's Agalu again. Tieran, the captain, powerful as ever in that position. But if Murcia are going to win this, they have got to stop DJ Kennedy. Kennedy's game in 14 minutes, 26 seconds. 3 from 7 field goals. 5 from 6 from the line. Plenty of work to do for Murcia to get back into this game. And do rejoin us for the second half in a moment or two. Welcome back to this Group A clash in the Basketball Champions League, with two teams looking to keep the pressure on the top three. Both Murcia and Karsiyaka not quite hitting the heights, but DJ Kennedy there, leading scorers with 11 points, 6 rebounds to his name as well. Leading KSK to the 7-point advantage as we await the start of the second half. KSK overall the more efficient team. It's not so much on the boards, but KSK going well despite the absence of Dominic Waters, and despite the fact he can enjoy himself on the sidelines. He'll have enjoyed watching Kennedy there, all good-humoured there on the bench for KSK. Rojas probably the leading player for Murcia. One of the stats to stand out. The whole of that game, both teams 5 from 24 from the 3-point range. Exactly at the brightest nights from that sort of range, but it has been nonetheless an entertaining game. Of course, Kennedy coming off the bench to provide his team with the boost they needed. Coach Navarro for Murcia, I don't know what he's had to say in the locker room. You'd expect one of them is hold on to the ball, because turnovers have been a real problem. Six to 3 on the stats that I'm seeing, but as you've seen on the screen in the first half, it was 8-1 at one stage. Not really any particular player causing them; they've been shared around. But they have simply got to do better in that department of the game. Well, let's see who comes out for the start of the second half. I can tell you that deep into the third quarter, it looks like Group A leaders Monaco are going to get yet another win, leading Oldenburg 66-52. The only other game taking place in Group A tonight, as we approach the end of match day 4. Match day 5, of course, I beg your pardon. As we get back underway, Murcia then in possession. Tumba, who's on 3 fouls, another problem for Coach Navarro to have to deal with. Hannah, not going to get an awful lot of space down that particular alley. Here's Soko, good fake. He's stripped to the ball though, and away come KSK. Kennedy, unsurprisingly, seeing early sight of the ball. And KSK are going to get another go. Great defense though, great hustle from Kloof, who started with Soko, Hannah, Tumba and Rojas alongside him. Erlu, Hooven, Wood, Kennedy and Jones, starting 5 in this second half for KSK. Erlu, Jones gets the screen to Wood. Erlu, 6 seconds on the shot clock, got to hurry. Wood from distance, off the rim, always optimistic. But you can't blame a man for trying, I guess. Hannah, great spin, gets away from Erlu. Here's Soko in the corner. Off the rim once again. As we've seen an awful lot of that from Murcia in this Group A game in the Palacio de Deportes. Jones tries to do it himself and draws the foul, which is something of a surprise to Kloof. I think Charles and Kloof expected that, and you can see where Jones is going. He's going straight for Tumba. Kloof, though, has the foul called on him. And it's Jones who will punish him. Coach Navarro's worries continuing as KSK just stretch lead to 8. And eventually to 9. 41-32, the Turks lead. Murcia looking down the barrel at the moment at their 3rd straight Basketball Champions League defeat. Jones into double-digit scoring, as you can see. Here's Hanna for 3 from Murcia. It was almost another county when he tried that particular three-point play. Jones going to go himself against Soko and gets the basket. Murcia have to close him down. 11-point lead. Kloof, spin, back to Soko for 3. And it won't even land at the 2nd attempt. Rojas will try at the 4th. Great hustle. It's approaching double figures. Lukovic ready to come on for Murcia, all the way across from Kennedy. Picked out Erlu, who did well to get out of trouble, but he's only got 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Air ball out of court. And that gives Murcia a chance to make the change. Soko sits out. Rojas. Here's Hanna in the corner. What a finish that is. Urging more from his teammates as well. Doesn't get 3 though. Jones again putting himself under pressure. It's all the way back to Hooven for 2. That lead back up to 9. Kloof to Lukovic. Well, he can't find anything other than the rim, but he'll take the foul. Lukovic gets the first. What, as you can see, being drawn on the foul. Two from 2 from the serve. Erlu will take it for KSK. Keen to just manage the clock. Or Jones called eventually, I think, for the foul on Lukovic. And he still stayed down. And let's see what happens. The crowd want more action to be taken. Coach Jefinovic looking on with concern. There was a shoulder there. You could claim that the Serb made the most of that. 3rd foul called on Jones, so he's in a bit of foul trouble as well as Tumba for Murcia. Jones will take a pew. He's not at all happy. It looks as if Coach Jefinovic is on a mid-game anger management course. I think the English phrase would be chunter at the moment. And there's plenty coming from the KSK bench. 3 team fouls as well for KSK. It's been a very physical game. Technical called then on Jones. That was almost disastrous from Kloof, but Hannah was able to get back. Here's Tumba. Lots of height on court for KSK, Turin and Hooven. But from outside the arc, Murcia can't take advantage. Here's Tumba, can't finish. Kennedy will rebound. Nothing going right at the moment for Murcia, even though, as you can see, they're dominating off the glass. And coach Navarro is unhappy as well this time. Murcia fans are up in arms as Rojas goes into contact with Kennedy, and it's another foul called on him, his second. Who'd be an official? Two from Kennedy. Well, we're going to have that reason. We're going to have another go. Three free throws made. Kennedy up to 14. Tumba all the way out to Lukovic. Oh, that's better. If anyone has looked consistent from that range for Murcia, it's been the Serb. 10 points to him. Hooven. Here's Kennedy. Inevitably foul called off the ball. Here's Hooven. Whilst you can say that the referees are having it difficult tonight, I think it's fair to say one or two of the players are not making it easy for them. Six points in it. Rather fractious game. Not the most elegant. Kloof gets away from two players. Tumble will finish, and finish with power. And he's trying to get the crowd into it as well. Well, they don't really need his help, do they? All sorts of passions in this game. The game we love as Erlu tries to go on his own, but once again there's contact off the ball. It involves Rojas as well, again. And KSK aren't happy. Foul is called on Hooven. He can't understand it, but the call has been made, a technical call on him. Jovanovic, at the moment, angry with his player. That looked pretty straightforward that time. And he's out of the game. Well, foul is called on him and the technical, so that's good night to Mr. Guven. 3 points in it then. Can't say it's not lively. Karahan comes into the game for KSK. Hannah finds Rojas. All on his own is Kloof, but he can't drop. It won't drop for him. And a big KSK ball. Let's see the contact. Lukovic comes in, fouls Karahan. It's one of those games where the personal foul section of the box score is going to be as eagerly watched as any. 4 fouls on Tumba for Murcia, 2 each for Martin and for Rojas. Tumba steps out. You can understand why. 4 fouls on Jones as well. Hooven already out, fouled out. Quite amazingly, still with 4 minutes and 32 to play in the game. And that's just in the third quarter. Karahan, who out to Turin, the captain. They need leadership from him. Karsiyaka. That, my friends, is leadership. What a fadeaway that was. 5-point game. It's messy, it's ugly, it's physical. It's developing into quite a needle match. Here's Lukovic looking to spin past Turin, but it get it all the way out to Hanna. That brings the home crowd to life, and it makes it a 2-point game. Early, that from Turin. Hanna, as you can see, into double figures. Erlu goes himself off the rim. Rojas with the rebound. Murcia haven't led for an awful long time. Trey will give them the advantage. Here's Hanna. Back to Kloof, and Kloof gives Murcia the lead. They've been behind for so long, but they battled back, and now it's Karsiyaka who take the timeout, and it's coach Trifinovic with plenty to consider. Can't say the defense, the outside defense was particularly special from Karsiyaka. You rather suspect coach Trifinovic is making that point very forcefully. Let's hear from him. Oh, the officials don't like the camera there, do they? Really don't like that. I'm not entirely certain that that won't be picked up at the end of the game. Here's Coach Navarro. Well, if you can make out what Coach Navarro is saying among the din of the Palacio de la Despot, then you've got better hearing than me. Who says this game doesn't matter? Certainly matters to both sets of fans and teams here. As I can tell you that Monaco now 20 points up on Oldenburg in the other game in Group A with less than 4 minutes to play. So Monaco are heading for their 5th win out of 5. Who's going to win this one? Berlin, Kennedy. So much niggle in this game. Kennedy, leaves one man for dead, floats it up, quite superb. The star man of the night, and that's why. Lukovic. Here's Hanna. Better coverage outside this time. Kloof, though, finds a little bit of room. Lukovic going to have to do it himself with 5 on the shot clock. Can't find the shot, but he'll get the foul. The fouls are almost as valuable at the moment. Turin not impressed, and neither is Rojas. And he's had the foul called on him, had a technical foul. Yep, there it is. Very, very frantic atmosphere inside the arena right now. Players looking for calls, fans well into the game, referees with such a difficult job. And now all sorts of fun and games. Crowd reactions. I think Rojas might be out of the game here. He's certainly been at the centre of events. Yeah. Lukovic, though, at the free throw line is continuing as if nothing has happened. Well, this is such a tough game for these officials, and you really don't envy them. So we've had the free throws for KSK, and now we go all the way back. Let's see what happened here. Well, Turin has had something to say, but Rojas, I'm afraid, is not covering himself in glory here. Wood makes the technical. We're all tied at 53, and there's nothing to see here, madam. Less than 2:30 to go. Kennedy. Surely he's going to play a role in these remaining moments of the game. Finds the pass. Rojas involved inevitably on the, and he's called on the foul on Turin. Every time Rojas gets involved, that is a foul, incidentally, no question, and that should be it. And maybe for the temper of this game, it's not the worst thing. And Rojas is certainly taken out of the game. I make that his fifth, but there you see on the screen it's called as his fourth. And it's lively behind the KSK bench, isn't it? Bit of extra security in that part of the arena would not go amiss. Well, Turin misses the first. And still the atmosphere doesn't settle. Turin misses both. Well, it's a nice, quiet Wednesday evening in Murcia, isn't it? All tied. 2 minutes, just over, in the third remaining. Here's Kloof. Lays it back for Lukovic for three. Kennedy will come away for KSK. DJ Kennedy draws the foul off Soko, I believe. Might have been a hand in there too from Hannah. But Soko can smile about it. Coach Navarro has the proverbial face of thunder. Last bit of instruction for Soko then from Coach Navarro. As we watch Kennedy at the line, 18 points now for him. Karsiyaka, 2 points up. Hannah finds Lukovic. Soko at the free throw line. Gets some support from Hannah. Hannah all the way back out to Kloof. Fouled and out to shooting, was he? No, say the official. But it's still 3 points that put Murcia back in front. Into double digits as well on the scoring charts is Charlotte Kloof. Early, back out to Kennedy. 5 on the shot clock. Sideline possession for the Turks. Here's Karahan. Turin. Early. Again, contact away from the ball. Soko. Hannah. Let's look at it again. It was Soko. A little nudge on Kennedy, which she It's fair to say he made sure the official saw. Soko makes way, and out comes Favarani. Kennedy once again from the line. Well, glimmer of light there for KSK. He's been so consistent so far in this game as DJ Kennedy. Misses both. Oh, well, that is rare. He was 10 from 11 before that appearance at the stripe. Murcia then still in front. Benite gets it back to Kloof. Can't take your eyes off this one, as we've seen so often in the Basketball Champions League this season. Favarani, though, it doesn't drop for him. Check out all the details on the Basketball Champions League app. It's going to be quite a season, it would seem. Kennedy back to Erlu, gets the screen. Turin, the skipper, oh, poor pass, finds Karen, good recovery, but it's stolen in the end, and that's smart work from Kloof to try the trick that we all love to try and practice, and very often it doesn't work off you. That's cute. You could argue Karahan was already out of bounds. Here's Hannah. Still 1 point up. Looks like this will be the last play of the quarter. Hannah floats it up for Favarani. Comes off Wood, though, and it will still be Murcia ball. 4.6 seconds left on the game clock. Getting off Erlu in the end. And they'll try and reset for this final play of the third. Here's Coach Navarro.
Almost 23. 23. Okay? Sarlon, you take it out. Benite, Levin, Marco, Faverani. Sarlon, here, offensive rebound. Levin, okay? Benite.
Take care more about this shot. Switch your back screens if they hit you. Take care about this screen here. Take care. Be ready in the beginning. Don't grab and give him a goal or foul immediately. Let's go.
I don't think it's entirely settled behind the KSK bench there, but it is a bit quieter now than it was a moment or two ago. Was rather lively, to put it mildly. 4.6 then on the game clock, 4.2 on the shot clock. Let's see what Murcia can do. Hannah all the way out to Benite, off the rim, and that'll be that. Strong third quarter from the home team, and they needed it, with KSK having the better of the first half. Kloof with 10, Hannah with 10, 12 from Lukovic as well. Maybe they're the players that are going to try and drive Murcia in this final quarter to break this losing streak in the Basketball Champions League. KSK still struggling from outside, but it's much better so far from Murcia, even though they're getting plenty of looks from beyond the arc. So much for us to enjoy in that third quarter. Not exactly some of the prettiest stuff off the court as well, but it's added to the atmosphere, no question. Rojas eventually finding the basket on that occasion. And he's been a central figure to events throughout that 10 minutes. DJ Kennedy then, lovely vision to find Hooven before he fouled out of the game. Lukovic has been impressive. Clough has had pace and vision, and Tumba will always have power to burn. Really getting the crowd animated. Those KSK fans have plenty to worry about before they make the trip back to Izmir. With their team with sideline possession. Fascinating final quarter to come here. And it's early to start us off with Turrent, Wood, Kennedy and Jones for company. Here is Jones. Simple jumper, can't drop. Soko, Benite, Clough, Hanna and Favorani for Murcia. That's a good fake from Hanna, but it won't drop for Murcia either. Here's DJ Kennedy. Jones at the low post with Favorani for company. 3 possessions, 3 fairness to score. Well, that was the foul on Turrent, and I'm sure that Clough was thinking that might have been an unsportsmanlike as well. Tried to slap the ball out of his hands, but the ball wasn't playing ball, and indeed it is an unsportsmanlike call. .12 points now to Clough, and Murcia will reset. Could be a significant game yet in this group. Murcia down to 6 at the moment as it stands, thanks to Juventus's win over Sassari. So KSK, one of those teams on 7 points, 4 of them below Monaco. Hanna, 5 seconds on the shot clock. That will be some 3 if it lands. That is some 3. Terrific play. And how the home crowd like that. 6-point lead now for Murcia, 2. 13 to Hanna all game. KSK now with the questions to answer. Erlu, been so busy in this game, but it's not the execution this time. Handy rebound though. It's going to be Wood for 3. What about that for a response? It's lighting up in Murcia. Favorani looking for some sort of option. Gets one in Clough. Floats it up. 2 more. 8 minutes, I should say, in the game. 5 points separating the teams. You can't call it. Well, that doesn't help from Jones. Loses it eventually, and Benite comes away with it. Clough, oh, terrific pace. Can he finish? Not quite. But does he draw the foul? I think Turrent can't quite believe he's been called. That would be only his 4th as well. But Clough is called for the foul instead, much to that man's relief. 5 points in it. Wood immediately has a red shirt in front of him. Once again, it's the American who takes the responsibility. No success that time. Hannah now for Murcia. Soko. Does he take the shot on himself? Well, he tries to get through himself and eventually is fouled by Kennedy. And the Brit bringing the Spaniards to life in the seats. Did well to get past the first challenge. Almost got the shot away. As Favarani steps out, Kennedy is called with the foul. There's a buzz around the arena right now, isn't there? Tight game. Lots of niggle. Disputed decisions, 1 from 2 there from Soko, but I don't mind the rebound there from Olizola, who's into the game for the first time. Fade away from Benite. Handy rebound from Soko, and he gets the foul as well. Murcia livening things up, and that, I'm afraid, is Turin's 4th. It is this time. Off the rim there. Soko reaches in. Great rebound. Who says the Brits can't produce players? Soko good from the line. 2 from 2 for him. Problems beginning to mount for KSK. And they've under the cost just a little bit with 6:45 remaining. Jones looks to relieve the pressure. Finds Earlywall on his own. That'll do. 5 points back in it now. Early with 8 points. Kloof. Benite does well to shake off Wood. Was there a foul in there as well? It was a foul, and he doesn't like it one little bit. Here it is. Tries to go for the ball, but well, it's called on him. And here's Benite at the line. Been relatively quiet tonight, Vita Benite, as the conversations continue between Wood and the officials. Two from 2 so far. And here's the third. This for an 8-point game. Murcia pretty sure with their biggest lead of the night so far. Yes, it is. 8 it is. Benite with 8 himself. Turin, Wood, Jones. The spin, the shots, the 3. Simple. Murcia lead cut to 5. Jones increasingly influential now. Olizola over the top to Benite. Benite again, spinning, weaving, bobbing, but off the rim this time. When will Tumba be brought back into the game, I wonder, as we see the officials step in once again. We see Rojas called back in. He's called back in for Benite. Interesting call from Coach Navarro. Not quite worked out for him tonight. There'll be a few Turkish fans keeping an eye for Rojas. 1 or 2 of their players as well, you'd think. Here's Erling. Turin, Wood back inside to Turin. Oh my word, that's a great play. Dunks it down. And we now have a 3-point game. Martin for Murcia. Hanna, way back. No good for him, but this will be good from Kennedy. The fast break, and we're back to within a point. And this game continues to entertain. Home crowd don't quite know what to make of it, and neither do I. Hanna with the most outrageous tray attempt we've seen all night, and he's punished. Timeout called, and we all have a chance to breathe and listen to the two coaches. Sadly, we've got a mixture of coaches there on the sound. Here is Coach Navarro.
Next offense, okay? We play two side, careful Kevin. So, Alberto, cover the screen, Kevin, pass the ball, reverse, go inside, Kevin, okay? Kev, screen down here to Kevin to get the ball back, okay? Here, look the reject, we play flash, okay? So, te vas aquí, okay? You got the reject, and Sariel go corner. ¿Vale? Estamos, we are in one on defense, one now. 1, 2, 3. Murcia, let's go.
Give a result from Group A. Monaco, the leaders have comfortably seen off Oldenburg in the south of France. So they've won it 88-73. That's 5 out of 5 for Monaco. But this one has still one or two twists to turn, you would think. Monaco on 10 points now. Winners of this will go second for now. Rojas involved in so much of this game. It's been a busy night in the Basketball Champions League, no question. Hanna to Lukovic. Time running out though. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Lukovic with 2 on the shot clock. Only finds the bottom of the net. And it'll be KSK ball, a point down. And we're inside the final 5. Erlu out to Turin. Turin for 3, no good. Rojas with the rebound. Winner of this game goes second in the group. And it's a compelling group if this is any evidence. Oh, that's poor from Hanna. Kennedy all on his own. What a move. What a game that man is having as well. 22 points to his name. Lukovic inside to Martin, all the way out to Rojas. Oh my word, the crowd loved that. Did have a foot on the line, so it's only 2, but it still puts Murcia back in front. Erlu, Turin. Tries to give Wood the screen, but it's all very messy. Surely there was a travel there from Wood, but no matter, it's turned over. Hanna thinks about it himself, floats it up. And the home team lead by 3. Another lively game in the Basketball Champions League. Thankfully, we'll get a pause. Hanna really left it all on his own. Not the greatest in-your-face defense you've ever seen. Jones just a little bit late to the party. Let's hear what Coach Jefinovic has to say, whether we can see it.
Let's play a duck. We have a spot here. We have a spot here. Play a pick. Start from here. Play a block. Quick pass to score. Fall down. Quick pass here. And guide another pick. Handle. Swing, okay? Quick, you are here. Swing.
Well, it's nights like this where the wide shot is almost as entertaining as the close-up. Here's Coach Navarro. Certainly something has animated the coaching staff there on the KSK bench. Can their players give them exactly what they want? yet be a significant game in the context of the group when we get to deciding who's in the knockout stages. Foul call from Rojas on Rojas. Wood has drawn it, and you see the smile on his face. He knows how significant that could be. Jones finds Wood. Rojas gets his fifth. And he's out of the game. Gets the applause from the home fans. 11 points, 4 rebounds to his name. But his night is done. How significant could that moment be with 3:34 to go in the game? Wood to the line, only makes 1 from 2. Tumba, as you'll have seen, is back in the game for Murcia. Martin, Hanna, Rojas now making way. Lukovic in there too. Here's Hanna. Inside to Tumba, waits and pounces, but the basket won't count. There's a travel. However you interpret it, that did look a travel. There, the extra step. A little careless from the big centre. KSK ball. Kennedy. Jones inside. Looking to drive from the post. Foul on Tumba now, and Tumba will have to sit out the remainder of the game. There's a smile on Tumba's face, but all sorts of agonies the fans are going through. There it is. There's the hand in. Coach Navarro doesn't like it, but it won't change the decision. So that's Rojas out of the game. Tumba out of the game for Murcia. Hooven was out in the third quarter for KSK. That's the first one down for Jones. The second to take him to 18 points and level things up. We're all tied. 3 minutes, 5 seconds remaining. What more have we got in store here in Murcia? Hanna at point, Soko, Lukovic. Here's Kloof this time, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hanna, will he go it all alone? Might have to, under pressure from Jones. Got to line it up, blocked by Turin, but there was a foul on Jones. If it is on Jones, that's his fifth. But it's called on Erlu instead. Jones, I beg your pardon, on his fourth. I think Erlu has been caught with the foul, so Jones remains on 4. Erlu, well, he's on 2 fouls now. Hanna, 2 from 2 for him. That's Murcia back in front, and it's Kennedy with possession for KSK. Needs some backup, gets it from Turin. Erlu in the corner. Great inside ball from Jones, finds Kennedy, but he's fouled. And Murcia fans calling for the travel, as you can see. And they've got a case, but who would be a referee? Lukovic has the foul called on him. And it's Kennedy to make the first. Lukovic on 2 fouls now. We're all square again. Who's your money on at this stage? Murcia or KSK? Couldn't be closer. overtime, you would think a distinct possibility, and so too, one or two more fouls like that would. Penny for his thoughts, as he's called for the foul on Kloof. Fourth foul for Wood. That may yet be a factor. 4 fouls on Turin for KSK, Wood and Jones. Kloof makes his first from the line. There's the second. More fouls than you get in your average NFL game here. At times it's been far from pretty, but my word, it's been compelling. As Erlu goes on his own, all the way out to Turin, back all the way out to Jones. Still time here for KSK. Kennedy will drive straight through Lukovic. Physical, gutsy play from the American. We're tied at 77. 26 points for DJ Kennedy. Benite. Soko back to Benite! Brings the crowd to life again. And how significant is that? Here's Kennedy. Jones. What have KSK got back in the locker? Wood. Jones has freedom, so too Wood. Steps inside, looks for three, can't drop. 1 minute 15 to play. It is anybody's game. Here's Hanna. Oh, clever. Back to Lukovic. It won't drop for the Serb. All the way out. All over the top. Kennedy can't find Jones. It's Murcia ball. And it's thrilling. Battle for second has rarely been more exciting than this. Inside the final minute then. Who's got the result in it? Here's Hanna. Off the rim. Lukovic with what could be a vital rebound. Kloof back to Hanna. Loses it for a second. Oh, but that's a poor pass. Benite, well, his face says it all. It's a wry smile. Somehow the two just not quite connecting. Timeout called. And I think we all need a breather. We'll see Trifinovic against the camera once again as well. As equally compelling a battle here on the sidelines.
There, go 5 men here. There, you run here, okay? DJ, you go open here. Scott, you stay out here, okay? So DJ, you open here. Nothing, you flash. DJ, you got the ball on the top. Yeah, Scott, go.
In between. Guys, stay in the middle. When you see it's gonna pass, switch with me. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be. Everybody on the screen. Not on screen. Okay? Okay? More screen swings. Okay? And rebound. Carlona, I need you help me on the rebound. Rebound and rebound. Okay? Rebound.
So Kennedy the man to look out for, judging by those two timeout talks. They can't fail to have been entertained by their trip to Spain this particular Wednesday night. Less than 40 seconds on the game clock. All the pressure on KSK, 3 points down. Turin. Kennedy, look for him, try and go alone. Jones has company in his face, but that doesn't stop him. Magnificent. That's why you pay the money for players like that. Tied at 80. Overtime a possibility. Murcia just trying to drag this out at the moment. Benite, 10 seconds on the shot clock. All very slow, and here comes Benito, drives to the basket. Great block from Jones. Can they win it, KSK? Here's Turan, 2 seconds left, it's off the rim. We go to overtime, and this game has delivered in spades. Wonderful entertainment, and we're going to have extra minutes. Wonderful. Benito had the chance, but he was going down a blind alley. You wondered whether Murcia could have reset, perhaps, to give them a sense, but what a play from Jones. Tied things up, cool as you like, and here is the move from Benito. Wood does ever so well with Jones for company. And we have more basketball to enjoy in Murcia. There's the scoring stats at the end of normal time. Individually, we've seen some terrific displays. 17 from Hanna, 16 from Kloof for Murcia. Lukovic and Rojas in double figures as well. Turan, oh, he was so close. So frustrating. Had the chance to win it in regulation. But we'll have a few more moments, 5 more minutes of this minimum. And given how tight it's been, you wouldn't rule out double overtime at the moment. 26 for Kennedy. There he is, 26 points, 12 rebounds. 21 points for Jones. Such compelling entertainment. That's just the battle between the camera and that man there, Coach Shafinovic. So it's Murcia with possession. Tumba sitting out for the moment. And for the remainder of this game, of course, Rojas too. Hanna then, a lot of responsibility on his shoulders as we start overtime. Won't drop for him. And away will come KSK. Soko, Benito, Kloof, Hanna, Lukovic for Murcia. Erlu, Turan, Wood, Kennedy and Jones, and it's Kennedy who finds Jones. Draws Soko, oh, finds Kennedy in space. The two-star men for KSK delivering in overtime. Soko finds Hanna. Hanna back to Lukovic. He's got Kloof in space. Oh, that's magnificent. Punch meets counter-punch. Here's Erlu now for KSK. 1 point in it. There's KSK's deficiencies outside the arc going to cost them. Not with plays like that. Wood finding Jones. It's the Turks in front now by a point. Can you take your eyes off this? Benito, Lukovic. Here's Kloof trying to drive to the basket, floats it up quite brilliantly. 21 points for him. And that outside game has got to count for Murcia with Tumba out of the game. Kennedy, can't give him space. Does he draw the foul? Was that a charge? No, 2 points. Home fans are left disappointed. And it's KSK once again in front. 30 points now for Kennedy. Pouring it on. All sorts of space for Hanna though. This is brilliant to watch. Erlu. Got to give it to Jones or Kennedy, surely. It's their sort of night. Spins, turns. Turin this time with a moment, loses the ball, but he's fouled, says the official. If you think Lukovic is distressed, you've sort of seen Coach Navarro. Foul called. His third. And it's the skipper who steps to the line. His first free throw of the night. Missed his first two. Now 2 from 4. Karsiyaka back in the advantage. 2 minutes 15 of overtime remaining. Hanna inside to Soko. Has he recovered it? Has Lukovic got it? It's all messy and KSK will come away with it. Kennedy looking for the fast break. Here's Woodall on his own. Got it! Got it! Brings the time out and maybe a dagger through the heart of Murcia. Look at the away fans behind the bench as well. That could be so important. Kennedy had the vision. Wood had the execution. And KSK might just have the most precious of leads.
Aggressive. We play. We put the ball on the court. And no matter if it's zone or defense or man-to-man. We put the ball on the court, easy, okay? And we play 5 down, leave deny. Okay? So, pass the ball, go inside, okay? Here, aquí, ¿vale? Here, pass the ball, move.
Here, go. Beautiful fouling, number 33. Okay. Beautiful foul. Here, go. 5 defense and attack.
Can't say you've not had entertainment in the Basketball Champions League. 3rd overtime in the contest. 3rd overtime, I should say. Tonight we had Juventus Taylor against Sassari. That was one of them. Entertainment to drive fans crazy and coaches even crazier. 4-point gap now. Could be significant. Let's see how Murcia get on. Here's Soko. Kloof. Might have to just keep going from outside. No, they go inside. Benite. But Kennedy gets in the way. Still 8 seconds left on the shot clock. That man looks rather worried, does Coach Navarro. This game could yet go anyway. Lukovic, but Benite can't complete the play. And that's KSK's turn to take that time. Erlu has Jones up ahead of him. Might go all on his own. He's done that so well tonight. 6 points the lead, and is that enough for KSK? Here's Hanna looking for room, and the basket gets the points. Back to 4. But there's only a little more than a minute to play. DJ Kennedy. The key man as far as KSK are concerned. Back to Jones. Can he finish? Well, he can't, but Turin can. And surely it's too much for Murcia now. Hanna. Soko. Hanna. Back to Soko. Turin fouls him, does he? That's his 5th, I think, if it's called on him. Let's look at it. Yep, there's the slap. And that should be the KSK captain back on the sideline. Soko makes the first. How Murcia needed that. Yeah. Stats and my sides have changed, so Turin's still on 4. And all crazy is Murcia trying to put the pressure on. Here's Jones, though. That would have been sensational shot from Kennedy, but it's a turnover. Still this game ebbs and flows. Benite can't make it, it's off the rim. Here's Turin looking to draw the foul. Even better, gives it to Wood. Wood has to be fouled surely by Benite, and he is. 13 seconds just about remaining. And there's a resigned face now on Coach Navarro. Possession will remain with KSK, and the smiles now from the seats behind that Karsiyaka bench. Jones back to Turin, fouled. KSK will go to the line, but it's asking an awful lot now for Murcia to come back from this. So Turin, he wants a little bit more as well from the officials. You can tell that about both teams. And well, Murcia fans and the KSK players continuing their discussion. I suspect KSK players aren't being recommended tapas restaurants for the evening. Lively atmosphere indeed tonight, but it looks as if it's going to be a third straight defeat for Murcia in the Basketball Champions League, unless they can pull off something quite spectacular. Here's Kloof trying to do that. Back to Hannah for 3. Can't make it. And there's just less than half a second left on the clock. Murcia know it's done. KSK know they pulled off what could be a very significant victory for Coach Trifinovic and his players. Terrific entertainment throughout. Some of it slightly unsavoury. But if you like niggle, and if you like full-blown physical confrontation, this has been a game to enjoy. 96-91 is how it finishes. Not exactly stellar from the three-point line. They make it 17 from 51. Plenty of rebounds. Murcia and Karsiyaka pretty even, as it turns out, in the end, off the board at least. DJ Kennedy, game high with 30 points, plenty of rebounds as well, 13 of them. KSK applaud their fans, and also, I think, enjoying the Murcia atmosphere, while certainly enjoying it because they've got the points and they're going to go second in Group A. I think it would be wise if one or two of those players made their way back to the locker room now they've made their point. But certainly it has been fun tonight between these two teams. And that's nice to see. That's what we like about this game. Of course, Wood, a former Murcia player. They're certainly not unhappy to see the big American back in eastern Spain. All sorts of selfies being taken, all sorts of photos. Not even sure he's ever going to get back into the locker room. And credit to him. We need so much more engagement between fans and players. And how good it is to see that happen. Jones, that was the killer three in the end that took us back towards overtime. That could have won it for KSK in regulation. Captain not able to finish things off. Wonderful vision from Jones to find Kennedy there. Well worth another look, I'm sure you'll agree. Trays like that from Clough kept things interesting. But really, after Tumba fouled out for Murcia, the outside threat was the main weapon of choice for Murcia. Though it kept them in it for so long, Hannah going inside on that particular occasion. So many players fouling out in this particular game. Tumba, Rojas for Murcia, Hooven also for KSK. Plenty were in foul trouble towards the end of it as well. Jones setting things up for them, and it was good to see both teams share the usual handshakes at the end of the game after what had been a very, very feisty occasion. Terrific entertainment, though, all round. And Karsiyaka goes second in Group A. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you again in the Basketball Champions League.